Imagine losing everything you've worked for in an instant. How would you react? In 300 BC, a wealthy trader named Zeno from Cyprus faced this exact reality. On a voyage from Phoenicia to Piraeus, his ship sank, taking with it all his cargo and wealth. In an instant, a force beyond Zeno's control left him penniless. Most of us would feel despair, anger, or sadness, but for Zeno, who would become the father of Stoicism, this event shaped a profound philosophy centered on resilience and acceptance. Zeno's response to his misfortune was not to rage against fate, but to embrace the idea that while we may not control what happens to us, we do control our response. Inspired by the teachings of Socrates and other philosophers, Zeno developed Stoicism, a framework that would go on to influence generations. At its core, Stoicism promotes acceptance of life's challenges and remaining composed amidst turmoil. This perspective allowed Zeno to rise above his misfortune and set the stage for a philosophy that endures to this day. Many people today associate Stoics with a detached, almost unbreakable demeanor. However, Stoicism is not about being unemotional, but about recognizing that our power lies in how we interpret and react to events. This outlook encouraged everyone, from slaves to emperors, to pursue a Stoic way of life. Notable Stoics include Epictetus, a former slave, Seneca, a respected statesman, and Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor. These figures embodied Stoicism's virtues: wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. Stoics rejected social divisions, coining the word cosmopolitan to signify the idea of being citizens of the world. They believed philosophy was for everyone, regardless of gender or social standing. Musonius Rufus, a Stoic teacher, argued that the pursuit of virtue and philosophy was as relevant for women as it was for men, an inclusive view far ahead of its time. The Stoics taught that although we cannot control everything, we can prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally for life's challenges. A key Stoic exercise is voluntary discomfort. This practice, which involves intentionally embracing discomfort, such as sleeping on the floor or taking cold showers, aims to build resilience and gratitude. By facing small, controlled hardships, Stoics train themselves to endure larger, unforeseen ones with composure. In a world that constantly bombards us with advertisements telling us that happiness lies in acquiring more, Stoicism offers a different view. It teaches that happiness stems from within, based on self-worth and inner resilience, not external validation. Instead of attaching our happiness to possessions or circumstances, Stoics encourage us to anchor it in our character and values. One of Stoicism's foundational concepts is the dichotomy of control. Epictetus summarized this principle, stating, "The chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control and which have to do with the choices I actually control." By focusing only on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, Stoicism teaches us to lead a more peaceful and fulfilling life. This idea has had a lasting impact, even shaping modern therapeutic practices like rational emotive behavioral therapy, REBT, and logotherapy, which help individuals reframe negative thoughts and find purpose in challenging circumstances. Stoicism's influence is evident in those who've endured life's most extreme hardships, such as Nelson Mandela, who drew strength from Stoic principles during his 27 years in prison. Ultimately, Stoicism is about navigating life's storms with a calm, resilient mindset. In doing so, we steer through hardship toward a life of integrity and meaning. And if, at the end of our journey, we lose everything or our plans fall apart, Stoicism reminds us that we can still take solace in having lived well, grounded in principles that guide us toward inner peace and fulfillment.